This is 2 letters about an inmate that is married. He has 2 girlfriends on the side, and one ends up getting pregnant. How's my baby today? It is one of them days. I miss you. Nothing much going on here. I'm thinking about you, sexy. That's a common occurrence here, though. Hearing your voice last night felt like waking up close to you. I wish I could kiss you all over. It is raining here. I wish I could sit right next to you right now, doing nothing but drinking a beer and watching TV. You would have your tongue in my mouth before I even had beer breath. I'm not sure if I'm daydreaming or fantasizing about us. Whatever the scenario, I keep waking up thinking we're in the same quarters. What does that indicate? I don't know myself, but I do know I wouldn't mind waking up next to you and making love to you any given morning. Enough said. A baby? A baby? A baby? Okay, come on. You know how seriously I take this parenting thing. I've tried to tell you, but maybe you fail to see that. Not that a baby warrants marriage, but it does warrant the consideration of whether or not the 2 parties involved hold enough in common to get along. This can take 2 seconds or 10 months. 9 times out of 10, the baby alone won't even inspire such a thought. And besides that, I would have explained to you how I see things for having kids with different women. For some strange reason, I didn't experience this conviction with you. This is not to say that I go around sticking my unit in other chicks. Seeing that I smiled when you told me rather than frown shows that we have something. I am already confusing myself trying to get all this crap out and get it all put on paper. I cannot lie, but finding myself having a child was weird and also relieving. I think that in order for me to actually be able to replace my wife, I have to have a child with a new woman. Yeah, I think all this ties into why I feel so strongly about you. Along them same lines is why, from time to time, I'm tripping at you. I'm not trying to control you, I'm trying to protect you from things that I feel have no place in the life of the woman of mine. I just think I know what's best for you. All of this has come from you asking me about the baby situation. You are a tough girl and a leader. All of this crap has an N-word making me go crazy. Lastly, you were asking me how I would deal with my wife. The fact that you're pregnant should explain to you how I feel about my wife. She is dealing with her own crap, and don't worry about her. My mind is going crazy right now. Baby, I am a funny man. If you're around me long enough, you will find out. No, but seriously, to answer your question, I would tell her that you are pregnant, and I have to be there for you like I was for her. Okay, look, my hand and my mind feel so tired. In the event that none of this makes any sense, just ask me in a later letter. I love you, and you're still a butt at times. I'm very curious as to why you haven't sent me pictures yet. That's very unlike you. This is a letter from his other girlfriend. 3:38 a.m. Good morning. I just woke up and cannot go back to sleep, so I figured this is a good time for me to finish and respond to your last letter. I honestly don't remember falling asleep. I am exhausted. I had so much to do before I had to head back out of town this week. Anyways, at some point, I laid across my bed to relax for a second, but ended up falling asleep almost all night, with all of my clothes on. Normally, I can't stand sleeping in regular clothes. It's so uncomfortable. So I had a little bit of time to reflect on what I deemed to be a misguided character assumption. I had to reread the letter, and it had the same effect as the first one, minus my tears because I hardened myself against the attack this time. The first time, I wasn't expecting all the blows. Let me start off by saying thanks for revealing the latest antics by your wife. Very interesting. I'm sure you have no problem letting her know where things stand. Enough on that subject. Let me go back to my original topic of interest. your attempt to accuse me without tact. You might as well have let loose, supposedly conjuring up in you, as it had the same effect in me. I don't take kindly to being accused and found guilty without even committing a crime. Again, you twisted my sentences into which they were never intended. I'll respond to your comments, break down my feelings, and end this letter on a better note. You came out of the gate swinging foul balls. Silly me should have known right then and there that this was going to be terrible. You painted a picture of an uncle wanting a hint of crack for old time's sakes, and then you ask me, as though for a moment you lost your mind and thought you were speaking to your wife, whether I could connect with you. Could I get the bigger picture? Insult number 1. We may joke from time to time about the colors of my hair, but trust me, I'm mentally so far away from being compared to a blonde. If you haven't noticed by now, I'm wondering where your head has been the last 3 years. Then you went on to say that you acknowledge my statements. You should have left it at that. You have no clue as to how right on the money you were. You have no clue as to how much I get attacked and beat up every day. Yes, I am human, and I wish I had my man home with me. I try to keep the demons at bay. I want my man to be home to protect me against some of the verbal, emotional, and mental assaults that I encounter. I am a woman first, and by nature I get tired of always having to be the one to man up around here. But instead of you recognizing my frustrations, you went on to say, quit being a coward and avoiding conflict. Insult number 2. Cowardness is by no means attractive. If I thought for 1 minute you were a coward, we would not have made it this far. You clearly don't know me if you think I desire to avoid conflict by any means necessary. I deal with conflict and confrontation on the regular. Do you know what I deal with daily? Are you able to grasp the big picture? Baby, you are not the only one engaged in war. Do you think you are the only one who has to fight for what they deserve? Check this. I am a very young, black, super strong, super intelligent woman. Strike one against me. I attend a prestigious, expensive, mainly white, private college holding a 3.85 grade point average, earning a spot on the dean's list every semester. Strike two against me. I get up every day, go to work for 8 to 10 hours, some Saturdays, to try to take my place in the world of finance and accounting, foreseeably only granted to those members of the good old boy club. I have the intelligence, the education, the leadership skills, and the experience, but I have to work 3 times as hard to get to the top simply because I am a woman first and black second. No one is handing me a promotion and special projects on a silver platter. I have to face adversity and conflicts every step of the way. Everything I received, I have had to fight for. Our conflicts might be on 2 different levels, but one's not worse or better than the other. When it's all bare and laid on the table, we are fighting the same battle. They just dress mine up in suits, Blackberries, computers, and BS. Strategic Management Protocol. Moving on, you then went on to imply that I was a member of the let someone else contend with opposition to the wrong against us. Insult number 3. Let me just say that I rebuke that BS. I won't let you talk to me like that, and I won't allow you to twist my heartfelt statements into something that it's not. Don't misinterpret my words and use them to make them part of the reason why crap is like it is. You won't lay that burden on me. No, thank you. I decline. I have my own guilt and burdens to deal with. You've wasted valuable time and energy trying to place blame on me. Pretend and conform. Is that what you really think I want you to do? My every thought and wish does not have to be taken so literally. If I come home one night and say, baby, I wish we had more money, that doesn't mean you have to go rob a bank or go back on the streets and hustle. I honestly can't believe you went here on me. What kind of woman do you think I am? What do you really think about my strengths and character? That was insult number 4. I'm getting bored and tired of this conversation, but I need to address one more comment of yours. Your whole conversation about the culture of complacency, in which it implied I brought into the concept, was very much off the mark. I'm hurt, shocked, and appalled. Need I say more? I need you to re-examine the intent of my words and not what you tried to make them out to be. When I said I love you for the first time, the second time, and all the times after, I meant that. I love you. Loving you means I accept you, respect you for who you are. You are a manly man. I would never want you to change who you are, ask you to take on cowardly characteristics. If you know me and my heart, then you know I speak truth. I never ask you to go against the grain of the man you are today. I stated a wishful thought torn out of love, frustration, unhappiness, and you turned it into something truly ugly. That hurt, but I love you still. Make no mistake about that. I need to acknowledge that hurt as I refuse to keep things bottled up anymore. I don't need you to aid me in efforts to break me down. You're my man, so I expect you to be uplifting, not the opposite. And to make matters worse, after your onslaught of insults, you say, baby, do this. Baby, check on that. Baby, send me this. Again, my thoughts were, what the heck? Since you like comparisons so much, check this one out. You come home from a bad day at work, verbally assaulting me, acting grouchy towards the kids, and then coming to bed that night wanting to slide into my chocolate slice. Can I say it together? Mood killer. By the way, I'm not pouting. That's for kids. I'm a grown woman, so supposedly you can say I'm just simply angry, and you're right. And it won't be the last time, because relationships are not perfect. But as long as we can talk through the issues, we'll be okay. I really wish we could talk. I miss your voice. I'm going to try to go back to sleep now. I hope all is well. Take care and write back. P.S. I got another tattoo. It is a Black Panther clawing from my back over my shoulder. It is a reminder of my battles, clawing my way to the top. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Check out our other videos.